Why isn't the person who threw an egg at me being arrested?
Children were ignored who are being gang raped because of this model of multiculturalism.
The police are not fit for duty, the cops not fit for duty.
The government's definitely betrayed us. The amount of people here, I mean, it clearly is an invasion.
And so there is our red line. This is all we've asked for.
But we're actually needed here for when the Civil War kicks off.
I was with him then when we stood here 4 years ago, and we're still fighting the same fight now.
Many more
We are asking for justice for all children. Every single child in the UK, our babies should be sacrosanct. They are being pornographied in the schools. Britain won't be Britain in 10 years' time. People that have been coming to our country are not arriving here waving our flag, but they're here saying, I hate you. They're here saying, we want revenge against you. And this is not immigration any longer, this is invasion.
So Simon, as a member of the British Armed Forces, you know, you fought for your country. How do you feel about the onslaught of mass immigrants?
The people that are invading our country at the moment, it's almost like this country surrendered and allowed it to be taken without a shot being fired. And every single invader looks just like the people we were away fighting in Iraq, in Afghanistan. And so you've got now a reaction from a lot of veterans within the veteran community. There's millions of us, and we're all thinking the same thing. When is it going to kick off? Retention is quite low because we're bound to get dragged into somebody else's war, but we're actually needed here for when the Civil War kicks off. Totally disgusted. I've got to get myself fit again so that I'm ready to jump in when needed, because you just know things are going to go thermal.
Seeing the amount of men that are coming over into this country that you fought against, do you feel like you were sent to these countries in vain?
To a large degree, I think we do, yeah. When you're bringing in other people, they're people that were fighting us. They're here, some of these terrorists, insurgents. It's quite well documented that they're here. And what are they planning behind their little closed doors?
There was a woman recently in her early 20s who was rough sleeping on Prince of Wales Road in Norwich. She passed away, she died, and has been left to rot on the streets, while these migrant men are being put up in these 5-star hotels.
We've got so many issues of our own in this country with regard homelessness, people not being able to put food on the tables, people living in the cold, all the old age pensioners. But there's people out there that have nothing coming in, cut to the bone, bills are skyrocket, people are getting put out their homes, sleeping on benches, sleeping in shop doorways, etc. Many of these are veterans. Get all our own people sorted and squared away, then worry about the influx of immigration and where we're going to house them. And if we haven't got the houses, shut the door. Just stop all immigration, legal and illegal, job done.
Thank you so much. Cheers, Simon.
Pleasure, James.
I got left in the care of a what I call a demon-possessed paedophile. The social workers knew, because this paedophile had a history of sexually abusing young girls, because no one wanted to look after me. Everyone knew that she was a paedophile and that she had an obsession with young girls. My mum knew, but she wasn't there to know what was happening to me.
Did this ever go to the police?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it had to really, because I ended up in hospital with internal bleeding, and the doctors were asking questions. They were asking the wrong questions for accusing me of doing it to myself, injuring myself. In other words, she's sick. Yeah. Why would any 5.5-year-old injure themselves?
It was like Gordon Brown and Jackie Smith circulating a document that said it was down to a lifestyle choice that 13-year-old children choose to be prostitutes in Rochdale.
Yeah.
A lifestyle choice.
Absolute evil, really, really evil. Police did get involved because my mother reported it. But unfortunately, my doctor, who had his own motives, persuaded the police that I would be capable of being a witness, that my mental health was too fragile, so no prosecution. So no justice, but wasn't even stopped. For all I know, could be carrying on now, and they're still doing it now, aren't they? All these girls, that's why I'm here to speak. For all these girls that have got no voice, I've just got a little message for them, hopefully a message of hope. We need to sack the whole judiciary because they're corrupt. Lots of them are paedophiles. They don't want paedophiles prosecuted because deep in their hearts they know one day it could be them. The same for social workers. And what I've learned from my experience and other people was that in every area, like in a school, there'd be one of the teachers at least who's a paedophile. In the doctors, there'll be one. In the judiciary, there'll be loads. In the politicians, loads. Every level, they are infiltrated. When you try to get anything done, it gets scuppered.
Fucking on hand to you wankers! Oi! You've just arrested a survivor's mother. Well done, boys. Fucking freer! You fucking wankers! You're disgusting, you prick! Fuck you all! Fuck you all! You don't do what push tag here! You fucking... No, fuck you! Fucking wanker! You saw someone push tags on there! You fucking let that wanker go away! No, you have to go fuck!
Our abuser was
You start all the fun.
The police hid that my abuser abused a 3-year-old.
Still filmed it. Absolutely disgusting, guys.
What was that about, mate?
That's my mum-in-law. So just a bit of backstory. My girlfriend was sexually abused by her half-brother at 5 years old. Today she's given a speech about the failings of the police, and the police did fail her. Yeah, there was a previous incident before she was sexually abused by her half-brother where he was given fellatio to a group of friends. The police, social services and the school kept it from the father because he didn't have parental rights, because he weren't married. Yeah? They failed my girlfriend at 5 years old. They've just arrested a child sexual abuse survivor's mother. One of our women was pushed by a lefty. That lefty wasn't arrested. They just broke it up a little bit. Why is she being arrested? This is disgusting. I'm sorry for getting angry there, but that's my in-law. That's my in-law, do you get what I mean?
We've arrested our mother for allegedly pushing one of those activists who go on a beat. They have arrested her and they're taking her to a police station now. But 5 minutes ago, one of our women was pushed by one of those activists. What did the police do? Nothing! They've arrested the mother of a child abuse survivor. Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Policing, policing! We're getting really sick of it!
Ted Cody, we know you! You're a Nazi through and through! Go home! Go home! Get on your train and go home! Get on your train and go home!
We are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to protect our children. And I ask, how many paedophiles, how many grooming gangs got away with it because people like this shouted racist and Nazi and stopped the perpetrators getting arrested? These people enable paedophilia across Britain as they are the cover that allows the groomers to hide in. The police are scared of them, which makes the police complicit.
I will speak up for our kids whenever I need to. I will never stop speaking about our children and trying to protect our children. I will be going to the Rupert Law inquiry and I'll be giving them all the evidence I've shared with every one of you over the last 20 years. I'll be sharing that with the inquiry. It's going, it's time. We can't stand this no more. I can't bear to keep watching these children suffer time and time again.
For those who say that this campaign isn't about politics, you are wrong. This is as political as it gets. UKIP will establish a national inquiry with full powers to compel testimony from politicians, public servants, school teachers, police and social workers involved in the cover-ups. Anyone found guilty of deliberately covering up the grooming gang, paedophile, rape gangs, or involved in the cowardice will face the most extreme of punishment. UKIP will provide lifetime trauma support for victims of grooming gangs, funded through the seizure of offender assets and penalties imposed on complicit authorities. UKIP will make it illegal for media outlets to censor the ethnicity and religious backgrounds of grooming gangs where it is relevant to understanding patterns of abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, put me in power and I will begin mass deportations. Put me in power and I will mass deport every single Pakistani rape, paedophile, grooming gang, mafia criminal. Put me in power and I will mass deport every single family member of the Pakistani rape, grooming gang, mafia. Put me in power and I will mass deport every single Pakistani community member and imam involved in the cover-up of rape and abuse. Put me in power and I will send home all those here who subscribe to a murderous, bigoted, backwards and evil mindset which causes them to commit the most heinous of crimes. Put me in power and I will offer the British people a referendum on the death penalty to ensure those who interfere with children get their necks stretched. You don't get what you wish for, citizens. You get what you fight for.
No one ever talks about this being a conspiracy theory anymore now. This has been mentioned in Parliament and they've used the term Pakistani grooming gangs in Parliament. It's not a conspiracy, it's not a far-right conspiracy. This is fact now. No one ever talks about this being a conspiracy theory anymore now. This has been mentioned in Parliament and they've used the term Pakistani grooming gangs in Parliament. It's not a conspiracy, it's not a far-right conspiracy. This is fact now. Governments have fallen across Eastern Europe for less than this. Governments fall across the world less than this. So we can make this government fall. We can ensure the government starts serving the people and stops serving themselves. But we have to do it. And let's make sure the end of raping our children starts coming very, very soon. And then jail to the ones who covered it up and allowed it to happen. Keep your chin up, keep fighting. Well done, thank you.
I'm undercover as an escaped Chechen Muslim extremist called Chabdallah Vetic. We are done with the state of Israel.
This is a demonstration for the children against child abuse.
Yeah.
You know, my girlfriend's a child abuse survivor.
Yeah.
She's speaking today, and you've got many people who have gone through that as children, and they're speaking. And then you've got this lot here calling them all Nazis and racists.
Based on what you've just said, if they're against the grooming of children, I think it logically follows that many perverse sexual identities or activities only spread through child abuse. So, you know, like obviously a straight couple mixes their DNA, produces a baby. How do other crazy ideologies spread? That's the question.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I mean, most of these people who come out today are from university.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, you probably know a lot about Manchester. Manchester is a home of Marxism, right?
Are you that student that got kicked out for being right wing?
Yeah.
Good man.
They just threw an egg at me. My mother-in-law, as I said earlier, was arrested for someone tripping over a foot, we've later found out, right? Why isn't a person who threw an egg at me being arrested? You see that? That's assault.
Children, yes, they were sold for votes to protect their careers. Children were ignored, who were being gang raped because of this model of multiculturalism that has comprehensively failed this country. This is political. The reason they've tried to put me in prison is because I have made it political. The reason Rupert Lowe has launched his inquiry or his crowdfunder, £600,000 so far, nothing like this ever seen in this country. And it doesn't matter how many of us they put in prison, it doesn't matter how many of us they write hit piece after hit piece in the state-sponsored media about. We all now know the truth. Not only were the grooming gangs real, the cover-up was political. Those who were entrusted to look after these children sold our children, and they need to be held to account. And that is why, as well as supporting Rupert Lowe's inquiry, I also support Maggie Oliver's campaign. Maggie Oliver's campaign will see police officers, some of the most senior police officers, privately prosecuted. Maggie Oliver's campaign will see some of the most senior politicians in this country privately prosecuted. I was a Labour Party member. Let's be clear, they kicked me out. I sat in rooms with multiple prime ministers. They kicked me out. They kicked me out because they said to me, Raja, you need to be quiet about this.
She hasn't reported the incident. There's no victim because it was an accident. Meanwhile, the left are throwing eggs at us and nothing happens. Some of ours have actually got punched. Nothing happens. Two-tier policing showing again at its finest.
Are you concerned about the number of illegal immigrants and fake asylum seekers? 1, 2, 3. Are you concerned with the rise of socialism and the acceptance in our country? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Manchester. I am in the right place.